This news story was produced by Cogeco North Bay News. To watch the full newscast, tune into channels 12 or 700 live at 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Thanks, Clark. Here with Adam Conton, our entertainment insider for Cogeco North Bay News. And this week we're doing something a little different. Not something you can see at theaters anymore, something you could see on your Netflix. It is Where to Invade Next, the latest documentary from Michael Moore. You and I actually saw this in the theaters when it came out, and now it's out on Netflix now, kind of a new thing that they put out there. Just your overall take on this documentary that takes Michael Moore around Europe.
You know, it was really great that we got the opportunity through North Bay Film to watch that as part of one of their seasons. It's one of the great things that they do is bring some of these lesser known films to North Bay. So big kudos and a shout out to them. And I'm really glad they brought it. Actually, when I saw this announced on the season list, it was the movie I was looking most forward to because I'm a big fan of Michael Moore. And I'm going to preface this by saying that you know, when you're watching a Michael Moore film, you're either a fan of his work or you're not. He's a very polarizing figure. So I will be upfront and say, I am a fan of his work. Politically, I lean towards the same views as he does. So for me, I enjoyed this movie, but for more than just the political leanings of it. The thing I like most about this film is that it was really varied. I honestly think that there is a topic in there for everybody who goes to see it, whether that be, the healthcare system, whether that be the prison system, whether that be the school system. There's something in there for everybody and something in there that needs to be examined and looked at. So I think that's the biggest strength of the film overall. Ironically enough, one of the topics that was discussed is thought of as a very American kind of issue was something that resonated with me as a Canadian greatly, which was the topic of facing some of the larger mistakes of the past. At one point, he goes over to Germany, and of course, you know, they have a history there that is not only not hidden, but is discussed every single day in schools there so that they never forget their mistakes of the past. I love this country. I'm a patriot as much as anyone. But we're not as squeaky clean as our American counterparts down south. And I think it's something that we often forget about and we don't talk about enough. So that is something that, on a personal level, I really connected with.
When people talk about them not liking Michael Moore, is it because he's very open about subject matter and it's things that people just don't want to talk about?
I think it's because he's not very good at hiding his bias. And that is understandable. To be honest, any documentary that's out there has a bias to it because it's created by somebody with a bias, with a point of view, a leaning, right? And I will admit that if there is one fault with Michael Moore, it's that it's very clear in his films which side of the fence he leans towards. So if you're definitely someone who has never agreed with Michael Moore, this might not be the movie for you. That being said, I also feel that this is his most inclusive movie yet. There are definitely some ideals there that not everybody is going to agree with. But again, because of the wide range of topics and because they're presented in such a varied way, I actually think this could be his most wide-reaching film.
So there you have it, Adam Conton's review on Where to Invade Next, the latest documentary by Michael Moore. Adam, thanks so much for doing this.
My pleasure.
And we'll send things back to the studio with Clark Heupel.
If you are interested in watching Cogeco North Bay News, you can become a subscriber by calling 1-800-267-9000.